I'm gonna be doing some baby back ribs on the Traeger today. Y'all stick around. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Clint. So here I've got a Prairie Farms rack of baby back ribs. Just took them out of the package. I'm gonna take a paper towel, just kind of dry them off a little bit. Now this is going to be a cherry bourbon glaze. I will put the recipe for the glaze in the description below. If you want to see how I make that glaze, just drop a comment, let me know, and I'll do a video on it. Shouldn't take 5 or 10 minutes for the video. So I'm going to turn this rack over here. I'm going to pat this side dry. This is a pretty good rack. There's not a lot of flat meat on there, which a lot of times you get. Some people don't remove this membrane. I always do. I am no culinary expert. I am a backyard pitmaster. And most of my stuff will make a turd. Got the membrane off. Now, this little flat meat here, I'm going to trim that off. Where there's just got some Klingons there. I don't like that. Sometimes you got a big chunk of fat in there. I'm going to take the chunks out. Okay, I'm going to be using 2 different rubs today. I'm going to be using Texas Sugar from Meat Church and Heath Ryle's Sweet Barbecue Rub. So this Texas Sugar, I like it because it has a little bit of bite on the back end. I use it on almost everything pork that I make, either this or Holy Voodoo. Holy Voodoo's got a good bite to it. But this is just going to get a little light coat of this. Not a lot. Let that set in for a second. And now I'm going to come back with this, with a healthy bit of the Heath Ryle's Sweet Barbecue Rub. I'll let that sweat in for about 5 minutes, flip it over and do the other side. All right, it's been about 5 minutes. Once you start seeing that rub start to get dark on your rib, it's sweating in, so go ahead and flip your rack over and do the same thing on the other side. A little bit of the Meat Church Texas Sugar, and then the Heath Ryle's Sweet Barbecue Rub. All right, we're gonna let that sweat in for about 10 or 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna go outside, fire up the Traeger Pro 575 and set it to 275 degrees. She's starting up. All right. I'll put these in here right on the bottom shelf and bunch them up, kind of squeeze them together. Don't let them stretch out. I have found that tends to dry them out. Now I'm gonna leave these on here for about an hour and a half before I even look at them. We'll come back and check y'all in a little bit. I'm gonna go grab a barley pop, sit down in front of the fan. All right, it's been an hour and a half. Let's give these ribs a look. Let me put a thermometer on them. Yeah, 166. I usually like them in the 170 range. So we're gonna pull these dudes and wrap them. I could have had this done ahead of time, but my son stopped over and we were talking about deer season coming up. So I know it's only June, but people like us start talking about it early. So normally what I do here is I put some butter and some brown sugar on this foil, and then I put the rack meat side down and wrap it up and go from there. Well, I didn't realize it, but I didn't have any brown sugar. So I think it's going to be okay though, because this friggin' bourbon cherry glaze, it's sweet, but it's also got a little bit of heat to it. But it's not like there's jalapenos or habaneros or anything like that in it. It's tangy. How about that? All right. So I got my butter on both sides. I'm just gonna wrap this up nice and tight. This is double wrapped, 2 pieces of aluminum. Gonna wrap nice and tight. And I'm gonna put them back on the Traeger, meat side down this time. So we're gonna let these go maybe hour and a half, and then I'm gonna start checking them. If you're going by temperature, somewhere between 200 and 207, I'm thinking. It just depends on the rack, but really what you're looking for is that peel back off the bone, and the bone's trying to pop through. That's what you're looking for in a good rack of ribs. Once we unwrap them, put a little bit of glaze on them, let them cool off a little bit first, then I'll put the glaze on them, throw them back on 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll be done. And I'm gonna give these ribs a check. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, we're at 206.8, so them ribs are done. This is that cherry bourbon glaze I was telling you all about. Again, if you want me to do a video on how I make it, drop a comment and I will do that video. This is just going to be a light coat. This cherry bourbon glaze is friggin' awesome. All right, we're fixing to throw these back on the Traeger at 275. Let them get sticky. All right, it's been about 20 minutes. Let's take a look at these ribs. Well, I messed that up. Shit, that's good. All right, so these ribs are done. I'm gonna go ahead and try to cut me off a piece. Ooh, oh, yeah, they are tender. Dadgum. They're still pretty hot. I'm gonna try to pick this up and show y'all. They're pretty juicy too. Can y'all see that? I don't know if you can or not. And just a touch of heat on the tail end. Yeah, I like that. I think this is gonna be my go-to rib recipe from now on. I'm gonna pair this with macaroni salad and baked beans. That's my preference. Y'all pair it however y'all want to. But I'm gonna say this, hashtag ain't no good, hashtag chow for the crew. Hope you all liked the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Till the next time, Keep the shiny side up and Jeep on.